Okay, good day, good evening. How are you? I'm well, thank you. This is a Reeboks. These are not new, but I just threw them in a box for the unboxing effect, for the tradition to celebrate shoes, the celebration of foam shoes. So as you just watched the minute-long intro on these. We've got the Mellows, and these, like I said, are not new by any means. These were one of my first Crocs that I got, and it's kind of a dead model. It's a discontinued model, but you can still find them. I would hurry if you are interested in this model. I would get them sooner than later, because just like the Mellow Lux, these are drying up. There's not a lot of these left on the market anymore. And I will share a couple websites you can get these off of in a moment. We'll hop online and take a read. So it's the Mellows, the Crocs Mellow, in the Elephant. I don't think they had a whole lot of colorways for this model, and they're all very kind of muted colors. But this is a 100% Literide model. The foam that they use on the Mellows are Literide, and it's super squishy. So this is actually a really, really good model, aside from the lack of ventilation, which we will get to later. So before we dive in, let's go see what the internet, the interwebs have to say about the Mellows, the Mellow Clogs. All right, so there's a couple places you can still purchase these. Is my mic on? Yep. One of which is Foot Locker. They still have a couple in the larger sizes. You can get them in the 11 and the 13 in black on Foot Locker. Kohl's had them, and they were sold out. Kohl's was selling them for $29.99. They apparently retail for $59.99. But you can also still get them on Amazon. So pretty much the stucco and the black are the main colors that are still available. Depending on the size, you can find the Elephant and the Spice also, and I recall seeing them in the green too, but I don't know where at the moment. That was a while ago when I saw the green, because I almost bought them in the green too. But let's see what they have to say about these. They're on sale too on Amazon. They're only $41 on Amazon, so maybe go there, because they're full price on Foot Locker. They're $60 on Foot Locker. But Foot Locker, I think, has the biggest write-up for them. It does. All right, kick back and relax in the blissful comfort of the Crocs Mellow Clogs, featuring the revolutionary Literide foam. These mood-boosting silhouettes let your feet melt into the footbed, so you feel like you're walking on the clouds. Featuring contemporary and modern styling for a sleek and simple aesthetic, the Crocs Mellow Clogs let you mellow out and recover from whatever the day brings in style. Roomy fit gives an easy and relaxed feel. Fully molded design provides a lightweight feel and comfort. Deep cupped footbed offers sink-in comfort and a slow rebound for recovery. Upper windows provide increased breathability. All right, and I'm pretty sure that was the same write-up that was on the actual website. Because nothing else is as in-depth as that. I can read Amazon. It says, find your size. Mellow Clogs offer a roomy fit. We recommend going down in size. Recovery shoes with a deep cup footbed. Blah, 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 blah. Same thing. I don't know if I would size down on these, because I just got them in a 12 and they fit me. Same thing with the, I had mentioned a size down with the Mellow Lux, which I did, but they barely fit. I think going true to size with the Mellow Lux is probably better sizing information. So I guess it depends on the individual foot regarding the Mellow Clogs. Even though it says to size down, I don't know. Both the 12s and the 11s fit me. I think the 12s actually fit a little bit better, but I'm an 11.5, so this model is pretty true to size. So I would just go with whatever size, whatever your normal size is. And if you're on a half size, you can either go up or down. It's up to you. If you want them a little more roomy, go up. If you want them a little more tight, you know, sporty, go down. All right, let's go take a look at them. All right. So this actually isn't a bad model for the colder weather. Just how enclosed it is, and that's one of the, I would say, one of the weaknesses of this design. They do get sweaty, not having any ventilation in the front, the entire front half, the toe box. My feet do get a little sweaty in these, so these little side vents aren't super efficient as far as letting moisture out, but they do retain some heat, so this actually isn't a terrible, like, cooler weather option. But with that being said, they, in the summer when it's hot, these are super sweaty, so that's just kind of the nature of this particular design. Like it mentioned in the write-up, it does have a pretty deep heel cup, and these do form to your foot over time. I've noticed that this this Literide foam has a bit of like a memory to it, and over time it will take the form of your footprint. So that makes these really comfortable, really nice. The ergos by themselves are pretty supportive, they're pretty good, but again with this foam, a lot of the ergo comes from the compression. And there's such a nice footbed to it, or like thickness of the midsole. You can kind of see it's not entirely where that seam is. Actually, it is. So you can see where that mold seam is. That's where the midsole starts. So it's pretty thick. You've got a good amount of Literide on the entire footbed. So these are actually one of the more comfortable Croc models on the market, I would say. They just lack breathability. Had they done something a little different with the ventilation holes, I think this model would have lasted a little bit longer, but who knows with Crocs, they tend to just cycle through models. It keeps people buying. So I'm sure they will probably revisit this model in the future, or come out with a Croc Mellow 2, Mellow Clog 2.0. But it's got the kind of the lined mellow footbed that the other models have also. The slides have those. I've got the Luxe right here. I can show you. The Luxe have that too. And the regular Croc slides also have that same footbed, or like outsole to it. So they do. The lines do go a different direction on the Luxe. So that's cool. There's the injection point right there. But this is a good model. I'm a big fan of these. These are part of what kind of developed my obsession with Crocs, because I really enjoyed this model. And it kind of showed me that they do different things. Crocs does different things. So they're always putting out different things. Keeps me coming back, and this was one of the first. But yeah, they're pretty solid. I think that's all we have to look at in hand. They've got good width to them. It's got, it's a decent width model. It's not a narrow model like most Crocs have pretty good width to them. These are fall within that bracket as well. But yeah, let's throw them on foot. I think that's all we have to say in hand. I'm sure more will come to mind once I throw them on foot. Alright, we got the Koozies on. These have been a lifesaver lately. Since it's cold, like it's in the 30s, it's supposed to snow tonight. I've been loving my Koozies, and I've been loving the Unforgettables. But like the UFOs, the Sport Flex were always my go-tos after work, just because of the arch support. They put my feet back in place. My feet I need new work boots. My feet have been getting destroyed lately. So I get that same magic arch in the Koozies as I do with the Sport Flex. So like, I'm gonna have to do a top winter footwear video here soon. I got a couple on order since I got paid last week, so I ordered some stuff up. But I don't have anything in yet. That's why we're reviewing the Mellows, because they're there. So it will help bridge the gap. But yeah, these are great. I'm a big fan of these. I need to start wearing these again. And I pulled them out the other day for the video and got them all cleaned up, and I've been wearing them a little bit around the apartment again. I almost wore them to work the other day, but I wore the overpuff instead because they have the liner. But these are just solid, man. I like the simplicity of this model. This is such a strong minimal design. So I want to compare them to something real quick. Just speaking of minimalism. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do minimal footwear. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, when it comes to things as simple as this form, I want to compare them to this form real quick. So, look at how similar these forms are and the quality difference. So, these are ugly as sin, and they fit like garbage. There's no support to them whatsoever. Granted, they were only $20. These actually, I think, look very clean. These look very nice. They have a good form to them. They don't look like Mickey Mouse shoes. And they're fantastic. These are amazing on foot. These are one of my favorite models to wear. In terms of comfort, like, I gotta do a Croc video in the future. I gotta do like a top 10 Croc model. These are just good. These are definitely in the top 10 of all the Crocs I own. I gotta put the Mellow Clogs on the list. It's just kind of the first initial iteration, I think, of the Literide foam. I'm not positive, don't quote me on that, but this was my first experience with the Literide. They kind of have a standard width to them that you would find in your normal Croc clogs. Closed toe, minimal ventilation, cupped heel, very comfortable footbed. It's got good ergos to it, but it has good compression to it. So all strong points. Again, the only negative that I can come up with on these is the lack of ventilation. But if you're wearing them in the right time of the year, that is a strong point. That is a positive. That is a characteristic, not a negative. So it's there's a time and a place for every Croc model. So we'll do a little walking in them. My apologies. It's night. It's dark. The lighting isn't the best. But these are just great. I have no complaints to them. They feel very natural on foot. The upper comes up on your foot, on the top of your foot, quite high, and it's not a very tall. This might have shrunk down a little bit over the couple years I've had it. I think Literide kind of does that just ever so slightly. It retracts a little bit just over time, but you can see it fits very tight onto the top of my foot right here, so it keeps it locked in place. There's very, very little heel rise that happens, and it's got a nice cup, so it keeps the foot very contained. These are very contained clog. I think my furnace is about to kick on. I apologize for the noise in a moment. So they have a nice, very sporty fit to them. They're not floppy. I like that characteristic where they come very high up on your foot because it keeps them locked in, you know? Let's get some download footage. So there's just a good minimal model. This is like foam footwear done right. Very simple, but very quality. Minimalism done right. Minimal footwear done right. I don't know why. Oh, there's my furnace. Sorry, it's noisy. We'll, here, let's go in here. I can pace in place for a moment. But honestly, I don't have a whole lot more to say about them as far as the walking characteristics. They work. They're comfortable. Nice and squishy, nice and soft, very supportive. Just a good model. So if you want like a mid-temperature model, kind of a cooler weather model, like these work for cooler temps, like winter and stuff right now. But if you're not in a very northern state where it gets super cold, but you want something that's just a little warmer, but super comfortable and super minimal, like this is a good model. If you're kind of not in the far south, but like in the middle states there somewhere where it still gets a little chilly, to where you don't need a liner per se on your Crocs, but you want something that's just a little warmer. You got the Mellows. You got the Mellows. The Mellow Clogs. What else was I gonna say? Oh, excuse me. I think that's it. There's something else I was gonna mention there. Yeah, I think just that. If you want like a cooler weather clog that doesn't have a liner, because some people don't like the liners. I'm not a huge fan of some of the liners, like just the classic liner on the classic line clogs. I just don't like that. Like I wear my overpuffs. I need to start wearing the Kennys too. I've been kind of keeping those pristine though. I'm tempted to just keep those as like a collectible item. But here, let me grab the over puff real quick. Alright, so I grabbed the over puff, and I grabbed the crafted too. So we've got our line, like I was saying, and if you're not a big fan of the liner in like the classic line Crocs, and you want something that's a little more like toasty but not super toasty, the crafted is another option because it's got the canvas. I was wearing that kind of in the fall when it was in like the 50s and 60s. That was like a perfect Croc. But then the overpuff, these are filthy. You can see how much I've been wearing these. I had to paint at work the other day instead of doing the normal factory work, and I threw those on since I didn't need my steel toes, and they were a lifesaver, just how much my feet have been hurting lately. But I'm just building up to these too. So if you want something that's like a little warmer, because these are all enclosed too, like these don't have any ventilations, but having it enclosed keeps the heat in. But since these are lined, that liner helps absorb the moisture. So these really don't get sweaty, even though they don't have any ventilations. But moving to the Mellows, like if you want something that's a little warmer, that's gonna keep the heat in, keep your toes a little more toasty, but that doesn't have a liner, that's kind of where these fall in. As far as the library goes, ignore the Yeezys, ignore the slippers on the end there. Oh, I'm still waiting on my Yeezy. Oh, dude, I have a t-shirt. Let me grab that. I keep forgetting about it. I'll do a short. One of my t-shirts came from my Yeezy order. We will, I'll look at those in a second, or I'll look at that shirt in a second. But, yeah, so that's kind of where the Mellow fall in, I would say. But then there's other options too. Like I said, I got the Kennys also, but I've been kind of keeping those clean. So, but these are some of the options. But yeah, alright, I'm just kind of all over the place at this point, so we will wrap up this video. Let me do a quick outro. Alright, so if you are a Croc fanatic like myself, or you just like to collect Crocs, or you just like Crocs in general, or you can hate Crocs, you can still get these. These are a pretty good model, and they really don't look like Crocs. They kind of, aside from it saying Crocs on them right there, I think they look a little different. I think they have a unique enough vibe going with them that they don't necessarily look like Crocs. So, if you're just looking for a comfortable pair of clogs that don't necessarily need to be Crocs, that is a little more suited for cooler weather options, the Mellow Clog is a fantastic option, and I highly recommend them. I'm modeling them I highly recommend the Mellow Clog. So, like I said, it's one of my first models I got, and it really kind of ignited the dumpster fire that is my obsession for Crocs. So, yep, we can close on that note. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts and comments below regarding the Mellow Clogs. And I've got a couple on the way. I ordered the shorty, the shorty boot, not the obnoxious one, but kind of the standard looking shorty boot. We got that coming. And I also ordered a pair of Nikes, but I'm going to keep that one a surprise. And that's it. Oh, I got my rebate too on the Reebok, but they've got a gray colorway coming out next Friday that I'm tempted to hold out for, but I'm also tempted to repurchase the purple ones. I haven't decided yet because I kind of like those purple ones. As you see, I've got a lot of gray footwear, so I don't have a lot of purple footwear. So I am tempted to just repurchase those DMX mules in the purple, and just to have something different, though the gray does look kind of good. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll sleep on it for a day or two and see what my subconscious tells me to do. But yeah, all right. We'll see you guys. Take care. Bye now.